Greetings to all of you. I'm Dr. F. Nirmala Irudhyam, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Nirmala College for Women, Coimbatore, and today we are going to discuss on universal human values and in particular about conviction. In this video, we will be covering the topics on conviction and how to understand the concept, and the difference between conviction and belief, and how conviction can be exhibited practically in life. So let us see what is conviction. Conviction is a strong belief or an opinion. Conviction is a core quality of personal responsibility and has the capacity to define a very person. Holding a value or a belief so firmly that influences our attitudes or actions is known as conviction. Conviction of a person is strongly exhibited by his or her faith, confidence, optimism, enthusiasm, and persuasiveness. Conviction is like a compass that moves us in the right direction. When we talk about conviction, I remember of the old saying which says, if we don't stand up for anything, then we will have to fall for everything, which is true. Therefore, it is very important that we should pay careful attention to what is really very important to be strong enough to uphold our non-negotiable values. At this juncture, I would like to quote Thomas Carlyle, who says, conviction is worthless unless it is converted into conduct. Why have conviction? What is the impact of conviction? It guides our decisions about our attitudes and actions. Conviction motivates us to uphold our values and beliefs even when we are tempted to compromise. Conviction inspires ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results. Now, when we talk about conviction, there's another word which comes along with it, belief. Although these words, conviction and belief, appear similar in meanings, there is a difference between these two words. Let us go into the details of these two words. What is belief? A belief, or else to believe, is to consider that something is correct or true. For example, a person can believe in various things such as fate, destiny, alien life, karma, religion, etc. In each religion, there are various beliefs. These beliefs are different from one religion to another. Followers of various religions consider these sets of beliefs as their reality. They acknowledge these beliefs and make it a part of them. So, belief is an opinion. These are very personal ideas and cannot be rejected because they express an opinion of another person. Our beliefs can stretch and adapt in accordance to the new situations that we face in life. It is not mandatory for beliefs to change completely with new experiences, but in most situations, our beliefs are intended to expand and grow. On the contrary, what is conviction? Conviction is a firm belief that an individual has on a particular subject. A conviction is something that an individual is convinced of. So what do we mean by being convinced? The individual needs to obtain all the information, and based on this information, the conviction is being built. Once a conviction has been formed, it is very difficult for the individual to see the world in a different light. He or she can see things in the light of his conviction. Hence, unlike a belief that changes with time and new experiences, a conviction is strong and it remains the same. Belief can change, but a conviction is so strong that it has very deep roots. It is true that a belief the individual accepts and acknowledges something. However, in a conviction, a much more complex process takes place where the conviction becomes a point of view through which the individual comprehends the world. The impact a conviction has on a person is extreme. It can even affect the very self of the individual. In a nutshell, let us see what is the difference between belief and conviction. A belief can be defined as a feeling that exists or is true, whereas a conviction can be defined as a firm belief. Belief can change over time, whereas convictions mostly remain without changing over time. A belief is based on personal opinions, and a conviction is not based on personal opinions. It requires concrete information. A belief can be shallow and weak, whereas conviction is stronger and deeper. Let us see an example of how conviction can be displayed in our lives. All of us know about Mahakavi Subramanya Bharati. This great Indian freedom fighter and poet brought to light the oppression against women in the male-dominated Indian society through his awe-inspiring songs on women empowerment. His conviction was so strong that he foresaw the New Age woman as the one who breaks free from all the chains that binds her to customs, traditions, and age-old beliefs. He also dreamt of her as one who marches ahead confidently to find her own identity. Bharati reminded everyone of what our ancient scriptures, the Vedas, had declared centuries ago, that if we deny liberty to our women, there will be no life in this world. Every place where women are treated with respect, there God Himself dwells. So this formed the basis of his conviction. He worked for the cause of shunning child marriages, supporting widow remarriage, right to women's education, equal treatment to women as meted out to men in the society, right to women to enter politics and to rise to high offices. He worked untiringly for women's causes through his inspiring poems and songs. He penned many songs and poems for the upliftment of women in the society, like Pengal Vidudalai, the celebration of women's emancipation, and Pudumai Pen, in which he conceptualized the contemporary New Age woman of the future. He glorified womanhood in his poetry and also followed what he preached in his real life. And that is what conviction is all about. He encouraged his wife and two daughters to emerge from the recess of their inner courtyard and proudly stepped out of his house with his wife walking beside him hand in hand. His powerful verses combined classical and contemporary elements and expressed a progressive and reformist zeal and ideal that endeared him to many. Bharati looks ahead positively and cheerfully to the new age woman of the future India, who he envisaged will be equal to man in each and every field, the one who has surpassed herself and cut out all the bondages and chains that we have bound her for so many years. He greeted the woman as an incarnation of Lord Shiva, the Redeemer of mankind. He also dreamt of her as one who would learn many new sciences and conquer even space. He thought about her as the one who would travel all around the world and bring all the new discoveries and learnings to India and work to make the country great. the New Age woman of Bharati would be the one who would fearlessly destroy all the old rules and superstitious beliefs that controlled her. He thought that she would walk hand in hand with her male counterpart, holding her head high with an upright heart and an undying spirit, with a steadfast look and strong ideas in the light of wisdom, without faltering a step. He also thought of her that she would reach the pinnacles of learning and take to high levels of education and show the path for scientific inventions that smooth the advancement of human life. Bharati stood for the cause of women at the time when India was crying for reforms and Indian women were barely acknowledged for their very own existence. Bharati's words and songs came as a wake-up call to respect women folk. Today, Indian women like Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams have gone a long way to space and have conducted scientific research, throwing light on so many new discoveries and learnings for the betterment of the society. Today, we have women pilots, army officers, fighter jet pilots, policewomen, top entrepreneurs, women scientists, engineers who are making India proud. Thus, the strong conviction of Mahakavi Subramanya Bharatiyar was the propelling force of woman empowerment. His firm conviction is still now a motivating factor for the upliftment of many women. Hence, let us all imbibe in us this universal human value of conviction, which will make us better humans and create a long-lasting impression on the others, like what this Mahakavi did. Finally, let me conclude by quoting Walter Lippmann, who says, "The final test of a leader is that he leaves behind him in other men the conviction and the will to carry on." Thank you for the patient listening and happy learning.